Boo!
Welcome to Jam with Jordan,
Andrew,
and Matt. I don't know why I'm getting a boo. Is it because this one's not a beer?
Well, it's because you cracked it.
It was a super soft opening, bud.
Yeah. You really didn't crack that one pretty good.
Alright, roll it back. Let's start over. Give me the can.
Yeah.
We're good.
Alright. We're back here talking about football. We had only 2 games this past weekend. AFC Championship game, NFC Championship game. I can tell you I'm disappointed with the outcome. Baltimore and Detroit both didn't make it. Real unfortunate.
Yep.
I mean, I predicted this last week. Maybe we can listen back to the episode I did. I certainly fucking did.
I predicted it.
And
At the end of the season, I picked a team I picked against the team I hate and the team that I picked to be in the Super Bowl.
I was gonna say,
surprise.
Well, I did pick the Chiefs mid-season.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I did.
You did because the odds were good for a bet, which you cashed out.
I picked the Chiefs Eagles I picked the Chiefs to go in. I never doubted them, and then I bet on them in mid-December.
You were telling me that you didn't doubt the Chiefs the entire season when they were sucking.
Correct, because Patrick Mahomes.
yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah,
Because Patrick Mahomes.
I'm sure you were super confident.
I was. There was no quarterback that, in my opinion, that was better than Patrick Mahomes.
There is no quarterback better than Patrick Mahomes, and our question wasn't about Patrick Mahomes. It was never about Patrick Mahomes, right?
It was about the team he plays on, that quarterbacks.
It was about the pieces on the team. It was never about Patrick Mahomes.
Well, yeah,
None of
but
us
in order for
question
them
how
to
great he is.
in order for them to win, he would have had to play well and do the things that he did.
Right. But it was because people were dropping passes. It wasn't because none of us doubt who Patrick Mahomes is.
Right.
Nobody in the league. Not a single person.
I said that they were going to turn it around and figure it out, and Kelsey did.
You
In the playoffs.
You say outlandish shit.
Well, I'm bound to hit on something eventually.
Right.
You guys can't see this, but Andrew's got a cat that's a little spazzy, and she just turned right into the dog water bowl and knocked half of it over onto the carpet.
Oh, my
And
carpet's soaking fucking wet.
I can't, it's the funniest thing. And she's just
Excuse me, guys. I'm going to have to go put hands on a cat.
and she's sitting there looking at it like it attacked her. Like, who fucked with me? And she drinks out of the water bowl. It's not like she doesn't know it's there. It's fun. It's good comic relief for us. Sorry, it's not a visual. I agree with Jordan 100%. Nobody doubts Patrick Mahomes. The weapons around him were not weapons, right? They're fucking squirt guns at best. The receivers are terrible. We all know they're terrible.
Rashee Rice is getting better.
He is. He's young, but I mean that's what you got, right? You got Kadarius Toney, who is hurt, not hurt, whatever, can't catch a ball. You got fucking Nicole Hardman. No, MVS.
Well, both, but-
Yeah, both. But MVS, fucking the least clutch player I've ever seen in my life.
I was always confident in Pacheco and Kelsey. You can go back and
Pacheco's
listen to the
really
tape.
good.
I
I do agree with Pacheco and Kelsey, but Kelsey was even dropping passes.
Well, yeah. It was rough for them, but I never doubted them. I always believed in them.
I doubted him.
I picked them every week, and I always thought they were going to win. And in the playoffs, they did.
I don't feel bad for doubting them.
And I get it.
Watching those games did not give me
Oh,
confidence.
no, I 100% agree. I get it, but like I definitely thought I was high on Patrick Mahomes this entire year for him, especially with the way everything started, for him to prove that he is just that good of a quarterback that he can drag that sorry fucking team into the Super Bowl.
I tell you what, if he wins the Super Bowl, he's in that getting to that Tom Brady.
Oh no! If he takes
Joe
this team
Montana,
and wins the Super Bowl,
Peyton Manning range.
goated.
I'm comparing this to this is his LeBron down 3-1 to the Warriors without Kyrie and Kevin Love and everyone. This is his year.
Yeah.
If he does it with this team, that's why I liked it. And like, I mean, we had a lot of fun saying like this guy is him this year.
Well,
at the end of the season, Patrick Mahomes was just like, hey
all
guys,
of us know who
I was
Patrick
still
Mahomes
him.
is.
No, I know,
All
but
of us.
it was looking pretty
The
rough.
only reason we say like people like C.J. Stroud is him and
He's
Yeah,
new.
stuff like
He's-
that
no, I
because
agree.
they're brand new and they're
Yeah,
showing.
I get it.
He's doing arguably. C.J. Stroud was doing more with less. He had a better season than Patrick Mahomes
It's
was
certainly arguable.
the number one tight end in the league,
Yeah.
or a good running game,
Sure.
or that offensive line.
or the offensive line that.
See, they still had a good running
I mean,
game.
this isn't. I don't think
No.
C.J. Stroud is better.
No.
But he looks like a super bright star for the future.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we say stuff like he.
I get it.
We know who the fuck Patrick Mahomes is
Yeah.
already.
Well, we did,
He's
but we also,
established.
again, like he had never really had that much of a challenge where he had like shit receiving because he's always had good receivers. Even when Tyreek Hill left last year, he still had Juju who showed up and like other people, like Sky Moore, they were playing well last year. This year, it was looking really rough, and yet he still
Patrick
just
Mahomes.
did his thing.
I think Patrick Mahomes also owes a whole lot to his defense. Finally,
I
a
agree.
good defense.
Yeah, he finally had a good. Yeah, he had a good defense and helped him out. I get it. And not to mention, and the best part about it is the entire year, that man never once said anything negative or condescending towards his fucking receivers when they were clearly the problem with that team.
Yeah.
He never came out. He always said it was his fault. He never said anything negative. Overall phenomenal quarterback and just a stand-up guy.
Nope, great composure. I think he smokes a lot of weed because I don't know how else he would be that calm all the time with that shit because, I get so angry watching that and I'm not the one throwing the fucking ball.
Yeah, that would be so maddening to just deal with every week.
Yeah.
I mean, when we see the greats break down when shit like that happens.
Oh,
Tom
I've
Brady
seen
throws hissy fits.
Brady throw his helmet,
Aaron
go yell at
Rodgers.
players. Yeah, without a doubt.
Like everyone else does it. We didn't see that really from Patrick. I mean, we saw him a couple times blow up a little bit.
He
but
blew
it
up with the
wasn't-
ref, I think, which is
Yeah, warranted.
And it was like that was when he was also like he wasn't trying to be an asshole Josh Allen after the game, that Buffalo game, but he kind of was like the first time they played when the refs happened.
Yeah.
And then him and Andrew got fined for it, which in and of itself is just the NFL doing NFL things. But
Right.
again, he just never. I mean, he criticized the refs, which is fine. Everyone has the
Dude.
right to do it because they're garbage.
Fuck the refs.
But he never did. I never said anything negative about his team, and it was like he's just. I mean, he was that dude.
All right, other side of the ball, though, Baltimore. I firmly believe that they won games this season with their offensive strategy, and they did not follow the same strategy going into this game. How are you not letting Lamar Jackson run the ball? He sat back there in the pocket and in the backfield for over 5 seconds on I can't tell you how many plays. Dude, if you're back there for longer than 3 seconds, get the fuck out of there. Run the ball. There's so much open field for him to run that he didn't take advantage of. And I don't know if the coaches are like, hey, you can sit back and pass. Or maybe there's speculation that he was trying to prove that he's a pocket passer. But you win with what got you there, right? Patrick Mahomes did that. He won with what he did all season. The
You don't
Ravens,
think the AFC Championship trains your fucking strategy?
Yeah, I
That's just dumb.
You don't pick any champion. You don't pick, regardless of the team that you're playing.
Yeah.
Right? You don't change your coaching strategy, no matter what, just because it's what you got, how you got there, right?
I'm
I
beyond
know
words.
exactly where you're going with this, but
This isn't on Lamar Jackson.
difference.
I don't put any of this on Lamar Jackson. They ran the ball
You're not gonna put this
with
on
a
our
running
ball.
back on with 6
Oh, yeah.
times.
Yeah.
They didn't run the ball.
No.
It's not even just they didn't let Lamar Jackson run the ball. They didn't run the ball at all.
Yeah.
They were the best running team in the league, even with all their hurt
Right.
running backs. And you fucking just abandon the run game
Yeah.
completely and think, oh, we got to pass.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you do that?
Not to mention, they started the game with Gus Edwards getting a big chunk play, and they were like, all right, the running game looked really good. This is going to work all game. And then they're just like, nah.
Eh.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like,
Not to mention, Baltimore's defense only held the Chiefs to 17 points, and they didn't score in the second half.
Right.
That is, and that's fucking crazy. And you're just going to not fucking... You had every opportunity to just drive that ball down their throat. That defense wasn't going to stop Lamar Jackson if he was running. The problem is this whole trying to prove he's a passer thing, which I get it. This isn't the year to try and prove it. You had a year of putting that team on your back and just running your ass off and doing amazing things. And the playoffs, you just said, I'm not going to do that
I
anymore.
don't think that's his decision.
He had the ball looking downfield, seeing the openness. Seeing the open field, guys aren't open, and didn't take it himself.
So my thought, I kind of agree with I agree with Jordan 100% that there's a lot of blame that has to go on the coaching.
Yeah.
Because Lamar Jackson doesn't strike me as the type of quarterback that is going to change the play call that he's been given in the huddle, right? Like, I think there's some nuances, right? Calling audibles and whatnot, but he's not like Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady where you are literally calling that offense. Like, the coaching suggestion is a suggestion, not the play call.
Right.
I firmly believe that whatever comes down from up in the booth is the play call given to Lamar Jackson. Now, whether or not he decided that he's going to sit back there and fucking for over... I promise you there were plays he was back there for 7 to 10 seconds, and I lost my mind.
Yeah.
Where the flats are wide open, you have a 10-yard run without a doubt, and you're just backpedaling. Like, I want to think that he is a good enough athlete to know that that's not his play, and that wasn't his decision. And if it was, even at halftime, there is no fucking way that you go into halftime not thinking, hey man, if the 2 seconds, 3 seconds, that the pocket presence you get is 3 seconds. If it's not there, scramble. Get downfield the best you can. So many times, the cornerbacks were pulled back, playing deep, and there's just open daylight where he just needs to burn one fucking lineman or a fucking middle backer. I don't get it.
Do you think he has? I'm guessing he has. Do you think he has the green light that if he is in the pocket, he's going through his progressions, first read not there, second read not there, he sees open field, does he have the green light to just fucking tuck and run that shit?
They did all season.
Exactly. But this game they didn't. Either they told him not to do it, or he just wasn't feeling it. But I'm saying, do you think they give him the green light to do that? Why wouldn't they? Right? He 100% had the fucking room and plenty of times to do these things,
I don't
and
know
just
what the
didn't
game
do
plan
it.
was.
Whether it's him or coaching, someone at some point should have said, "Hey, whatever we're doing to this point isn't working. They're not scoring. We need to score. Maybe just let him run. Do something. Like something had to give, and they just didn't."
That's coaching. Coaching never stood aside and said, "Hey, we need to run the ball more." Not once, because we didn't see
Right.
the second half them go, "We're going to hand the ball off more to Gus Edwards, or we're going to hand the ball off more to
Make them respect the
Justice
run, because
Hill."
I guarantee you they're respecting the pass the entire
They
game.
didn't give a shit. All they had to do was play prevent
Yeah.
in zone the entire game, because where are we going?
Well,
we
after-
don't have to blitz them. Because they know if they blitz them,
Well, and you
Lamar
don't have
Jackson's
to, right? You
gone.
got Chris Jones coming up. Like Chris Jones is getting back there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But there are still plays where it's just one lineman. You're getting around one nose tackle or defensive end. You're gone.
Yeah, I don't.
At some point, though, during that game, I mean, he's going 3 out consistently. He's on the sideline. A coach has to walk up to him and say, "Hey, like, if you have it, just take it. Just do something." Like, I don't understand why they just didn't.
We hear a lot about how Harbaugh is a great coach, right?
Yeah.
And no idea. And I don't know that I've heard anything out of Baltimore's camp about what the fuck they were doing. But the fact that they lost the game the way they did is insane to me.
Yeah. And
Baltimore had to be the scariest fucking team in
Right.
the playoffs.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Right,
yeah.
And that looked pitiful.
100%. That was a frustrating game to watch, because it just seemed like Baltimore didn't play, except for on defense. Baltimore ball. The defense was. You hold Patrick Mahomes 17 points. You're pretty proud of that job. So the fact that the offense couldn't put up 20 points, 21 points is. I get Kansas City's defense is nothing to sneeze at. But, like, we didn't get to see the Ravens play Ravens ball, so we don't really know who's better, that defense or the Ravens.
The problem is also that game, the Ravens consistently just shot themselves in the foot. Looking at you, Zay Flowers.
Right.
You get that big play, you taunt. Okay, I get one to showboat. 100%. All for it. But you broke every fucking rule that the NFL looks for taunting. You towered over the guy, you threw the ball at the guy, and you pointed at him. Literally all 3 things they looked for, and you just did it all in one play.
Yeah.
Then you fucking messed up a little bit later, and what'd you do? You threw your helmet on the bench and hit it and got a laceration in your hand.
Yep.
Like, they were hurting themselves, and it just, like...
He's a rookie.
No, I 100%, I get it. It's a rookie thing, he'll learn from it. Well,
And then who was the goal line fumble?
Was it Gus?
No, the receiver.
It was Zay Flowers.
I'll say
It was Zay Flowers. It was Zay Flowers. Yeah, it was.
He had that ball.
That's when he threw his helmet after that play.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just consistently did things to like not help, and also not to mention besides abandoning the run game, like they didn't utilize Gus Edwards that well. Dalvin Cook didn't fucking play. I'm not saying he's great, but he was just another running back that was playing well for them.
Their entire running back core is a committee. Just run the ball so that you have to respect the run, so that when Lamar goes to pass, he can fucking scramble and roll out to the right or the left.
Yeah, all game it was him and Zay Flowers. We didn't even hear Odell's name till the second half. The Isaiah likely throw in triple coverage was stupid. It should have been obviously a penalty, but it was not. It was just a bad decision.
Wild.
And then Mark Andrews, and again, is his game back, but he also wasn't utilized that well. It just overall they didn't do a lot. They really didn't do a lot.
They really wanted to crutch on that throwing offense for some reason.
The only thing that looked somewhat remotely enjoyable from the Baltimore side was that one fucking play that got swatted in the air that Lamar went, caught himself, and took for 13 yards.
Yeah, that was fucking incredible.
That's
look, never seen that before. That was wild. That was fun to watch. But
also he looked. So there was that play where he took off. And he looked like he was going to take it to the house, and he slowed up a little bit and got caught. That was also one thing that was really odd for him in that game. He fucking just let up, and the defender caught him because he was definitely gone.
Yeah.
He was.
I don't know why. He looked like he was going to slow up to try to juke him out, but you already had him.
Yeah.
You had him on the side. Just go, I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know. Maybe he tweaked something and they didn't report it, which we all know is very frowned upon.
And likely though.
Yeah, but that game was rough.
Then it comes down to, it came down, they did miss that call in the end. He should have done it in triple coverage. I understand going for the penalty and trying to draw them. It's fine.
That was definitely a penalty.
Literally,
that was wild.
He was doing what Ravens quarterbacks are known to do. Joe Flacco did the same shit when he was there. Just throw and hope for a fucking flag. This one, also, triple coverage, threw it, didn't get the call, which was blatantly missed. But also, I don't know. I don't want to put it all on that. It was definitely crucial because of the time of the game it happened, and they needed a score, and they were only down 10 points.
It was a real bad call.
Or
no call actually.
Yeah, and
they were down a touchdown. It was 17-10.
And it was a very odd Ravens game. I don't all the credit in the world to the Chiefs and that defense, but they're not. They weren't that deep. They were a great defense. They were not necessarily the best defense to fucking slow down that Ravens offense.
No, they entirely gave up on the run.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell you. Why.
And Lamar, love him. I love Lamar Jackson a lot. Phenomenal quarterback. Running quarterbacks are very hard to last and be consistent and stay healthy. It's a dying breed. We've seen it plenty of times throughout history. Guys making it work for a little bit, not making it work, whatever it is. And, I get him wanting to show that he's a pocket passer. You know what, dude? You did it this year. It weren't like the 2019 MVP numbers, but you still had a great year of being a pocket passer, and everyone thought, he could actually do it. But I get you're not going to stay healthy forever, but, dude, you fucking... Those feet and those legs got you here by fucking running that shit. You should have just stuck with it.
Without doubt.
Yeah, you always want to stick to your game plan.
Yeah.
All right.
And worry about, dying off in the next few years. Your window's now. Which, it's going to be hard every year when you're consistently playing against Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow coming back, whatever the fucking Harbaugh does with Herbert in your conference. Like that, the AFC is just stacked with quarterbacks. This was the year to do it, and now Patrick Mahomes is about to do it.
Well, no, the script next year is going to be...
Oh, God.
Harbaugh versus Harbaugh in the AFC Championship game.
I'd be very okay with that. I'd be fine.
And it's going to be John Harbaugh getting back to the Super Bowl before his brother gets back.
That's fine, as long as it's with the Chargers and not with the Niners.
I'm putting money on the Chargers winning the Super Bowl next year.
I don't know, man. That team still seems like it's got to rebuild a little bit.
They did just rebuild. They just got in the fucking best head coach available, and they're about to just do it. 1 year, baby.
Is he
1 year turnaround. 1 year turnaround.
Is he on the field? Wait, you think next year they're going to be a fucking force to be reckoned with?
Yes.
No.
100%. Yes.
No.
Yes.
I don't sign that.
Whose legs are they getting for the wide receivers?
Harbaugh will figure that out. He's kind of a genius if you haven't seen him coach.
Who's running the ball for them?
Harbaugh will figure that out. He's kind of a genius if you haven't seen him coach.
All right. Let's get on to Jordan. I know the heartbreak for you. The Lions. That was
all right.
The Lions' loss was rough, right? They started that game.
I actually have a serious question. I'm not trying to be an asshole.
Doubt it.
No, I swear to God. Was your guys' second half? Is your second half or third quarter mostly third quarter defense? Has that been a problem this year, and I just didn't realize it, or no? Because that's what it was.
So
17-point lead or fucking big lead at the half, and then in the third quarter, you guys.
So I think we can
that
all,
was it.
but I think we can all agree that who was the best offense in the league in the NFC?
But
was it the 49ers all season long?
Not the first half of that
Was
game.
it the 49ers
all season? Oh,
was
yeah.
it the 49ers all season long?
Yeah.
Have they been to the NFC Championship recently?
No.
No?
They lost last year.
Yeah, they were there last year.
Oh yeah,
and
Purdy
the year before,
Purdy got hurt.
and the year before, and the year before that.
With Garoppolo.
So
yes.
let's not go. Oh my god, and overreact like the Lions are just dog.
No, I'm not. I wasn't
The
trying to be an
Lions
asshole. You're
are a
third quarter.
very young team. They made a lot of really bad mistakes.
Jared Goff's been around for a minute.
Shut up.
Jared Goff didn't make the mistakes though, right?
You
No.
threw a pick that was questionable.
No, not really.
There was. I mean, it was.
Sure, it bounced off the guy, but
Yeah, it bounced off the receiver.
There's a lot of. Those
so
that
I guess
game.
yes, not Jared Goff's fault.
So
Receiver's fault.
it was Josh Reynolds who dropped two
Yeah.
extremely crucial, wide open passes.
on fourth down and short. Yes.
Jahmyr Gibbs fumbling the ball.
Yeah.
That defensive back tipping up a pass
For Ayuk.
for Ayuk to set up a fucking touchdown. Like there was a lot of mistakes made by young players. And
I agree. You're right.
It sucked.
The only one that redeemed himself was fucking Jameson Williams. He
Right.
lost the ball and then ripped it back out of the Giants' arm on the way down. That was just fucking.
Yeah,
that was
Jameson
amazing.
Dude,
That's
Jameson
grown
Williams
man
has a
shit.
Yes.
bright future. This is. I'm not upset that we didn't make the Super Bowl because it was an amazing season, way better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, we always expect the Super Bowl for our teams. That's what we're hoping for.
Oh,
But, like,
100%. Hats off to you guys in your season. It was
we
fucking
are going
great.
to be back here
Oh no,
again next year.
It's a
for
start of
sure.
a dynasty.
Like,
You guys kept your coaches.
we got to keep all of our coaches surprisingly, even
Yeah.
though Washington was rumored to be
Stupid.
taking Ben. No, great.
Stupid. They're supposed to get Johnson or
Honestly-
Aaron Glenn, and they both.
Good.
It's crazy.
But
It's
they're
crazy.
bought. They're bought into the team.
Oh yeah.
Dan MCDC has them bought in.
You can't. See
Oh, you
it.
thought this was going to be a depressing Lions game episode? No, sir. I'm confident we're coming back here next year.
Same confidence he has every
Overly
single
confident.
year.
You're damn straight.
And
but
like I
this
said earlier,
time,
bound to hit
this
somebody
time
and throw
it's
shit at
not
the wall
false.
consistently.
It's not false confidence. This time it's confidence
I
because our
don't-
team looks good.
He said it best after the game. It's going to be twice as hard to get back
Oh, yeah.
there next year, which 100%. It's going to be hard. I mean, yeah, I definitely think you guys can do it. Kill's going to say it. I fucking don't like to play against you guys, but like, yeah, of course you're going to.
NFC North is going to
And
be
we-
a force.
And
next
we
year.
forced
Maybe.
the 49ers to fight us to the very end.
3 out of 4.
75% it's going to be a force. Yeah, I agree. We all, yeah.
We forced them to fight us to the very end, and the only reason we lost is silly mistakes.
You're right.
Dude, the way you guys came out and you fucking lead you took in the first half,
Dude,
I was
wild.
shitting myself. I was so fucking scared.
I was so excited.
I was so worried my life was gonna be full of you guys making the Super Bowl. I was very concerned. I was not looking forward to it. And then, dude, I don't fault you guys, well, other than losing, but like, so the Dan Campbell thing.
Nope.
No, come on, just real quick.
Because you just
Let me get this. There are some things, sometimes, like, I get, no, stand by your convictions, do what got you there. I 100% agree. We've seen it already hurt him in that game against the Cowboys. He went for a 2-point attempt 3 different times, and you guys lost that game. Bet you really wish you had that now because that second seed would have been cool, even going into it.
Why?
This game,
Wouldn't matter.
okay. Reynolds dropped the ball. I'm not blaming that on Campbell. 100% not Campbell's fault.
Twice? Dropped the ball twice?
Twice. So, not taking the points and going up 17 against the best offense in the
No.
league is like is kind of come on. You have to take the points. I
No.
understand. Also, like, yeah, analytics, sure. And when it comes to like fourth and like under 5, they're like 20 or 24 or 17 or 20 in the season. Like something fucking crazy. I get it. I get it. Yeah, that's Lions. It's just Lions football, baby.
But, like-
yeah, but you know what happened? You guys said that against Dallas, and you fucking lost.
So-
you did it against this team, and you fucking lost. Like at certain times, yeah, I get it. Go for it, dude. You're up 14. Or you're up that team. You need to put up a lead.
So, I'm going to say it because Jordan is seething over there. So, it's a very double standard what you're saying, which is why I don't agree with it. I agree.
Stand by your
You
convictions.
stand by your convictions. You do it. Got you there.
Be a double
also,
standard.
you just said the analytics said that
It made sense.
they did it. Like, there's nothing that you just said that makes me think he should have changed what he did. Sure, hindsight's 2020. The field goals would have been great, but again,
it's not only that. It's the end of the fucking half, and you're gonna have a chance to go up 17 against the fucking best offense in the league.
But it's easy to say after the fact. We should, because if we would have scored it, he would have looked like a fucking goddamn genius, and everyone would have been like, "Oh, Dan Campbell's the smartest man ever."
Yeah, I probably would have said that.
But that's ridiculous because it was.
man.
I know.
Because his players are the ones that messed up on those plays. It's not that he called it and they made a bad play. They were great plays that should have worked out with surer hands. That's not Dan Campbell.
Sure.
That's 100% not Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Because if it works most of the time,
Yes.
right? Why are we going to, in the NFC Championship, just go, let's not stand by what we did? The Dallas game, the Dallas shit
That's
was
what should have
all
taught him.
because of the fucking referee.
Yes.
they did get the first one.
100%.
They got the
Was
first
the
one.
reason why that happened. So, why are we going to go away with what we do best? You just said it in the fucking Ravens game. Why go away from what you do best? That's going to screw you up.
I 100%
More.
agree. You stand on your convictions.
The guy dropped the pass
Yeah.
that was a first down.
Right.
And yards.
And Jameer fumbled. Like, I understand that these things
we
happen.
can't, I'm not going to go, oh, Dan Campbell, maybe you should switch up your strategies when it means the most. Like, why would you do that?
Also, he kicked that field goal in the first half that I thought was a surprising one. First
Right.
field goal they kicked, I'm like, yo, is he switching up his strategy?
Well,
I thought you
not
stayed
only
on
that,
business over here, my guy.
Before they scored the touchdown at the end of the game, they fucking ran the ball on third down, which is like wasted time. And you can't deny that one.
That was- yeah,
they
that was-
100%
that was
could
a bad
have
idea.
They could have.
But they were just trying to catch them off balance.
and they could have They could have had a chance to get the ball back.
You're trying
afterwards,
to
too.
catch a defense off balance.
I know.
I
know.
get it. I'm
Right.
not,
But
we
you
still
guys
scored the
arguably have
touchdown.
one-
All we needed to do was get the onside kick, and
You guys arguably have one of the best 2-minute offensive drills or 2-minute offenses in the league. 100%. God, that was gross saying. But you guys, you really could have done it if you had the time and fucking held him like that. Which, again, he's trusting the defense to hold him, which against that offense isn't an easy thing to do. But you could have done it. But you guys, if you had fucking scored and then quickly and got the ball back, there's a good chance you guys win that fucking game.
But that's also why I don't. If we kick a field goal, then we get going to overtime.
Right.
Fuck overtime with that against that offense. Right.
This is coming from someone that was actively cheering for you guys to lose.
I think if we go to overtime, we still lose that game.
Maybe. Again, that's such a good offense. You take easy points when you can get them.
Exactly. So if we kick a field goal, we miss one of the field goals. We give them better field position. We don't practice field goals as often, right?
Right.
So why are we going to start relying on our kicker now?
That also another issue.
At the wrong time.
Also another issue. Michael Badgley had a fucking statistically was not very good to do these things. That's also what fucking gears Dan Campbell to fucking always go for it.
Okay.
That your kicker is kind of subpar. It's pretty fucking mid.
Honestly, at that point,
He's
should
pretty
Buffalo take that same cue? Their kicker fucking garbage the last couple games, and they let him kick the ball to win the game.
So isn't that more? So you're just talking me into believing more in how Dan Campbell called that game.
I'm with Jordan.
You're not giving me an argument for why he shouldn't have done.
Get a
what he
better
did.
fucking kicker.
Well, you can't do it in the middle of the
guess what?
season, right? That's
They
hard.
could have. They
would sign someone off the free agency.
They have known for a while that Badgley's been.
Well, guess what?
What?
We don't have to rely on our kicker because we go for it so often on fourth down.
It's more fun also to watch.
Exactly, it makes the game fun. The game it was a great game.
Sure.
Front to back, start to finish, it was a great game to watch.
If he had, there have been times where he didn't do it, you would have arguably 2 more wins: Dallas and San Francisco.
I don't think Dallas.
Maybe not
counts.
San Francisco. Huh?
I think we were
loss,
losing that Dallas game regardless.
Well, the refs had it out for you guys.
It was in the books.
It's scripted.
It was already in the books.
Keegan Michael Key wrote that shit up. Actually, no, he didn't. He's from Detroit, so I lied.
Could have tied it. Could have gone to overtime.
That wasn't his script. Someone else wrote that episode.
Yeah, we could have gone to overtime and still probably lost by some ridiculous miracle play by Dallas.
Maybe. We also know Dallas likes to choke. Maybe they would have choked that game.
Not in the regular season.
Yeah, they choke in playoffs.
That's the playoffs.
I mean, it was a kind of a playoff game at that point. You guys were both playing for a division.
The second seed didn't matter for Detroit this entire postseason, right? So that doesn't count.
Right.
It didn't play a factor whatsoever as soon as Dallas got
Right.
eliminated. Which it worked out better, right? There's no way you wanted to be. I mean, the Rams was a fun game to watch. Playing Green Bay, that's.
They would have.
You're not trying to play
here.
You're not trying to play a conference player though,
No, yeah, I'd rather play.
or a divisional player, or divisional matchup for the
We had
first
a,
round
I
playoffs.
like the
1,000% would have rather played against Green Bay than fucking San Francisco.
No, the Rams, first game.
We would have played Rams.
If they, if
Oh,
they took the
yeah.
second seed,
That's fair, yeah.
everyone was
Green
playing
Bay
San
the
Fran.
first.
That didn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, either way,
Yeah.
we was going to win that game.
Hey, good season.
Great season. I hope you guys don't repeat.
Oh, we're coming back.
I
baby.
know.
Honestly, it looks like a good dynasty. So hopefully they keep everybody together.
Dynasty.
So, you guys have Jared Goff.
Yeah,
Packers have Jordan Love.
right.
The Bears are going to do something fucking stupid and ruin my goddamn life.
I saw
and
You'll
something
have
funny.
Justin
ruin it.
Fields.
I saw something funny about the Patriots going after him. I think that would be very interesting.
Justin Fields? No, we don't want to hate Justin Fields. We like Justin Fields. I want to keep
Justin
him.
Fields will stay.
Yeah.
He's not gonna
The Vikings.
Kirk Cousins. They're going to
Kirk
resign him.
Cousins
They're going to resign him.
wants $45 million a
They're
year.
going to resign him.
So
Tag him.
They don't have
he's
anyone
not gonna,
else.
they're not going to tag
They
him.
don't have anyone else.
You don't think they would tag him?
No,
I would-
he wouldn't. He wouldn't want that. He wants money.
What do you
He'll
what do you
get
do?
more than 40. He'll get if they tag him, he gets more than what his salary already is.
He gets league average. He gets average of the top 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that'll be
right.
around $50 million.
yeah,
Ish,
yeah, bro.
right. But it's not guaranteed.
Lamar.
He wants 45 guaranteed.
Well, I know, but if
He-
they
yeah.
now give it to him and they want to tag him, there's nothing he can do about it. Anyway.
No, I know. I'm saying though.
Sit on the bench.
So do we think
cry.
that Minnesota's
I
going
think
to do
Minnesota.
it?
I think Minnesota resigns him for what he wants.
They-
I think they get him
How
for
many years?
$42 million for
He
3
wants
years.
2 years, $45 million a year. He
I
wants
bet
2
you-
years, $90 million.
Okay.
I bet you he
That's what
ends
he
up with
wants.
42 3 years.
Trade for Justin Fields.
I wouldn't. Fuck you. I would not sign Kirk to 3 years.
but they're
2
going
is
to.
probably fine. I mean,
Once
yeah.
again, they're going to.
They
He's
see
the
him-
best quarterback. He's arguably he's
They
the
can,
second best quarterback in the division.
Russell Wilson.
They're not signing Russell
They
Wilson.
can go for Russell Wilson.
They're not going for Russell.
If they're gonna fucking, I'm saying they could.
I'm willing to guarantee you they re-sign Kirk Cousins.
They will.
Yeah,
Because he's already a fucking Minnesota favorite.
he is. He's
Especially
already
how he
relative,
went
yeah.
down this
They love
past
him.
year.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a very beloved. It's like
Yeah.
us not re-signing. We're just re-signing Jared Goff. He has become the hometown hero.
I'd be okay if you guys didn't.
We're gonna re-sign. I bet you Jared Goff gets somewhere in the neighborhood of.
He should get Kirk Cousins money.
Yeah, he's probably gonna end up with $45 million over 4 years. $45 million a year over 4 years.
I think that's about right.
He's a really good quarterback. He's got really good weapons around him.
Yes.
We have
You don't fuck up the
at
chemistry.
least, and we have at least 3 more years before we have to sign Sam Laporta to some big contract.
Jameer Gibbs.
We got 2 more years before Amon Ra. We got 3 more years before Jameer
You guys
Gibbs.
could just trade Laporta like you did Hawkinson. That'd be
and
really
then just
fucking-
go for another.
Yeah,
island.
I'd be okay with that,
Just
actually.
keep
Yeah.
recycling them.
I don't know. So Laporta came back from that injury pretty
Dude,
quickly, so he's definitely
he's
worth
a
keeping.
stud.
Yeah, there's
That guy's a
that's the difference. Though
stud.
Hawkinson, when he got hurt, he was hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Laporta, if he came back like that, they're
that's what gives me the most confidence is our young players.
You have at least
are
a good 3 years ahead of you.
So good.
at least a good 3 years ahead of
We
you guys.
drafted incredibly.
You flip the script on it. All right,
Stupid.
keep crying about the Bears, man.
I'm
All right.
proud of the Lions too.
No, it's, I don't know, man. It felt. I'm not gonna lie. So I root for the Lions during this game after I've been hating on them for the last however long I've been in Detroit.
Ever.
I've only rooted against the Lions
We've always hated them.
since I moved here, so
Always hated them.
it's only been like 10 years. It
Sounds
felt
like forever.
it felt nice not to be hating on them during that game. Like I'm gonna give them shit all year, but it felt enjoyable to watch that game, cheering for that team.
We'll be back next
I want
year.
you to know that I mean this with every bit of love in my body because you're my brother. But you're a fucking loser.
We'll be back next year.
Ugh, gross.
And I will root for you guys again in the playoffs if the Chargers aren't
Well, you guys are AFC anyways.
You're right. It wouldn't be till Super Bowl.
Plus, the Chargers are going to the Super Bowl next year.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
The Ravens are.
No chance.
No.
They're still not even going to win their division.
Chargers?
Yeah,
That's fine.
You think KC's not about to rebuild the fuck out of that shit?
right.
KC's
Okay,
going back.
They know
K-
exactly what their problem
Yeah.
is now.
That's
It's
fine.
not even close to
No, I know. They can win from the wild card spot. I mean, Eli Manning did a couple
See,
of years.
they have to rebuild one structure of their team. The Chargers have to rebuild so many pieces.
Yeah, but Matt, they got it figured out. They got Jim Harbaugh. I think you're really missing the Jim Harbaugh piece of this.
All right. Well, at least you like someone finally that is actually worthy of praise and not just like mediocre quarterbacks.
Justin Herbert?
No, I'm saying Jim Harbaugh is actually worthy of praise compared to Baker.
I love
Herbert.
coaches.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You
I'll
like
say
mediocre
Justin
quarterbacks,
Herbert's worth
so
love too. That guy's,
typically you like mediocre players.
Yeah. I love good coaches.
Herbert's the shit.
Yeah, he's still somewhat Philip Rivers-esque, but he's young. He'll figure it out. I
Yeah, but
hope.
Philip Rivers never had Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh's about to fucking make
I
Justin
don't know, man,
Herbert
he had-
elite.
But just, I think Justin Herbert is. He has so much room to grow.
I agree.
He's not solidified as Philip Rivers.
I agree.
It's just at the moment.
But their O-line's trash. Their receivers need to be fixed or beefed up. The running game is going away.
The AFC is so fucking loaded with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It is stupid.
It's pretty
It is
nice for the
insane.
NFC.
Yeah. So yeah, Herbert, it's gonna be tough, but like, dude, when him and Harbaugh are just chilling next year in the Super Bowl, it's gonna be fucking great.
They're not going this year.
Hey man, go ahead and put money on it.
I'm probably going to.
All right. So as far as coaching changes over the past week, so Washington signed Dan Quinn.
Right.
Seattle signed Mike McDonald.
All coaching vacancies are filled. No jobs for Belichick. No job for Vrabel.
I guess
and no
it's
job
like-
for Pete Carroll.
So Dan Quinn was the defensive coordinator in Dallas, right? So
Correct.
Dallas has a defensive coordinator opening, right? They didn't fill it right away.
Correct.
Belichick could suck one up and go
Is
to
not
They
an
are-
offensive coordinator, that's for sure.
defensive coordinator.
Oh,
He's not gonna do that either.
he's not going to do that.
That guy wants head coach with
Yeah.
a potential for GM.
You know,
If there's
you
no
know
head
he's-
coach positions and he wants to stay in the league, he is a defensive-minded coach. He was a defensive coordinator.
But we know what's going to happen.
He's just going to go away.
He's going to sit on the sideline until someone gets fired this season. And he's getting a job.
He's gonna go work at Fox
the
with Tom Brady.
Falcons are going to hire
I mean,
him
he's-
later?
No, they just
The
brought
fact-
in Raheem Morris.
I mean, to me, what this shows me is that they don't want
Old coaches.
old coaches anymore.
It's possible.
It's
I mean,
a
I
way of the
don't.
past. I think it's over. I think Bill Belichick's
It's
coaching
easier-
career is over.
It's fair. It's easier to pay younger, previous players to come in, watch them, see what they can do, and then develop it that way. Vrabel's
mean-
still floating around out there, but he'll probably take. He might take a defensive coordinator position.
He'll take a coordinator.
He could probably go to Dallas.
There's no reason to hire Bill Belichick anymore.
I don't disagree.
He's a relic of the past. He was arguably a product of Tom Brady.
I would say at this point, yes. There can't be too much arguing about that, right?
Oh, I don't disagree whatsoever. I think that those two were just a perfect pair for each other, and
Yeah.
one helped the other. The problem is that one left, and the other was handed Mac fucking Jones, and like didn't really have a good chance to do anything.
My understanding was that he handpicked Jimmy G to replace Brady. Brady ended up staying and kind of having a fit about it, and so that's when he got dealt to San Francisco.
Yep.
And then they got Mac Jones.
Yep.
So I do think some of it has to do with maybe it would have been better with Jimmy G, although I've seen him play for San Fran and the Raiders, and I think he's not good.
He was a great system quarterback in San Francisco. He led them. He was there for a Super Bowl run.
Brock Purdy's doing it also, so
Also a great system
Brock Purdy's
quarterback.
better
Was
than
also
Jimmy Garoppolo.
no, I agree. But Jimmy Garoppolo did what he had to do in the system to fucking get them.
Well,
When
I
the
think-
system is a fucking like A plus, and like you just have to be a fucking D plus or C minus quarterback,
Yeah.
like
He also did
I
it
think-
before Christian McCaffrey got
I think
there.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
their run game before CMC wasn't horrible.
Correct. It wasn't CMC though.
I mean, sure. I'm just saying. So they went from an A to an A plus. Sorry. So he got them when they were an A.
I think Brock Purdy is a B-ish, B-plus quarterback.
Sure. I mean, we don't really know. We don't know for sure yet. All we know is that when he's had a couple games where he didn't have weapons and he struggled, but other than that, he
Everyone
does what he
has
has
shit
to.
games. Brady has some shit
I agree.
games.
I like
still-
Brock Purdy.
He's a system quarterback. He sure is. He's not elite.
Because we only seen him in the same
But-
team for 2 years.
Yeah, but they're still paying him shit
He's
money, so
still-
he's not going anywhere.
It's not a hit against him to call him a system. Like, he's really good at the system he's in.
Right.
He's really good at it.
Yeah.
I think if you put him on the worst team in the league, he's a really okay quarterback.
I think he would have been better in Vegas than
He
Jimmy
would be
G.
better. He'd be better in Vegas. He'd be better with the Saints. He would struggle in Carolina.
He might have been better in New York with the Jets.
He would struggle in New York.
I think that the Jets have decent receivers, and their problems are O-line, I think.
Yeah.
Not
the
dying the
Giants.
Vegas hill because he was still Josh McDaniels. And anyone looks bad with that guy at the fucking
Yeah,
helm.
but I think-
Yeah, but they dropped him. They picked up a new head coach or interim head coach at the time, and they turned it around a little bit.
Sure.
I think.
I think that team makes the playoffs if they drop the head coach and they make that change with
He also got hurt, but
Purdy
he
there.
wasn't. It could have been worse. He could have been like Derek Carr wasn't great.
That's what I'm saying. The Saints would be better with
Here's
Brock Purdy.
Purdy.
a question, a speculative one. Do you think so? Purdy's just finished up is on the second year of his rookie contract, which Mr. Irrelevant, right? So he's getting paid nothing.
Like $435,000 a year or something.
Yeah,
Or
nothing.
Yeah.
So
I
when
know,
his contract is up, do you think he stays with San Fran and signs what I would assume is to be a mediocre deal, or do you think another team would offer him larger money than what San Fran is going to offer him? Do you think he bounces?
I think it depends on A, if they win the Super Bowl this year, B, what they do next year, because he's got 2 more years left.
Right.
So we got 2 years to see what he is, because you're not going to be able to keep that team together. No, they're not going to stay as healthy as they are. Like, that's just almost a foregone conclusion.
They also probably can't afford that team too.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is we got to see where they're at.
Yeah.
If they don't, so let's say Debo's gone, or either Debo, Ayuk, or CMC are gone.
Yeah.
Let's say one of them are not there.
I assume CMC gets hurt within the next 2 years. That
That's
causes him.
pretty solid logic. But if we see him regress completely, let's say he has he turns into Zach Wilson.
Sure.
He's not getting a good contract. He might get an okay contract. But if he's
If he stays the same.
let's say he's middle of the pack. He's killing it. He's not losing games. He's winning. He's
making smart decisions.
He's Russell Wilson from 4 years ago.
Sure.
He deserves a really good contract.
I don't think
he's
San Fran-
I think he's in the neighborhood. Well, it depends on also where contracts are at the time. I think he's top 10 paid. If that team's still making the playoffs, still makes one
Sure.
more Super Bowl run,
It'll be interesting.
I think he'll be a top 10 paid quarterback. He's a really good quarterback. He's not elite or game changing, but he is able to lead good drives at the end of a game if he needs to.
Plus, he was just handed fucking a gold platter when coming into the league, and he's done well with it.
I don't know.
too.
We've seen shit quarterbacks come in with good teams and suck, right? Like
That's
look at the
what- yeah,
Vikings.
yeah.
The Vikings didn't do very well with their backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They had a couple of games here and there, but that team should have been really good.
Josh Dobbs was him for a couple weeks.
Dude had 2 weeks.
Two.
I mean, he was really good those 2 weeks. So I mean, I'm not going to take it away from him. But yeah, he came back down to earth real quick.
I just think some of that could be just defenses underestimating him.
I think, and also
You learned the playbook.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy played the worst defense left in the playoffs this week, anyways. So I mean, how hard is it to come back against the Lions when they give up points like that all the time?
I mean, coming back from a deficit like that
It was really impressive.
It's an uphill
It was
battle.
100% impressive. But it's less impressive when you. I mean, if you do this against the Chiefs defense, if this happens again, first of all, if this happens against the Chiefs,
We did it against the Packers too.
their defense isn't great either. They
Packers
gave up a
don't.
shit ton of
Well,
points.
because they were hot and they had a good defense going into it. I mean, they had a pretty good defense. They also went in there like you guys did, got a lead on them, and then fucking blew it.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
He did
the
lead 2
Niners are a
comebacks.
really good second half team.
They're really good. I'm not taking anything away from CMC. Is the best running back in the league.
Yep.
Debo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk are both top 15 wide receivers. It helps that Debo Samuel is a 2.
And Kittle's probably
He's a top 5 tight end.
When he's healthy.
Top 3.
Yeah, I agree. Top 3.
I feel like they still didn't utilize him a whole lot, though.
No,
He had
not really.
a couple good plays.
But he's
here
more
and
blocking tight end than anything else.
Yeah.
If you just look at
there.
his game.
So, when Jimmy G was there, I do think he was more of a receiving tight end. I think
Yeah.
he blocks more now because I think Purdy needs the extra protection.
Yeah.
And maybe they learned that with Jimmy G, that they can't just leave him out to dry the entire time, which might actually attribute to why he threw the ball to Kittle all the time, because he couldn't throw the ball farther than fucking 20 yards because he's about to
Anywhere
get
else.
smoked. But I don't know. I'm excited for the Super Bowl, and then unfortunately, it's my least favorite time of the sports year, where it's just basically basketball, and I don't watch.
This isn't a very exciting Super Bowl again.
I'm excited. I still like watching the Super Bowl. It's still a lot of
Yeah.
fun. But then we gotta count down till training camp and more rumors.
And don't forget about the draft in Detroit, and the Bears are the number 1 pick.
I forgot the draft was in Detroit this year.
I was thinking about going.
I'm not.
I'd rather sit here and watch it on TV, order some pizza or something.
I don't want to go cry in public when the Bears fucking just ruin my life again.
Flip on some, get us another one of those Indian pizzas.
Ooh, man.
Those are good.
There's another pizza place we gotta try that.
I saw he put it up. Anyways, we're getting off topic.
No, we found one tonight.
Oh, so Mr. Chime Time did another one. Shout out if you ever listen to our podcast, man. We all follow you.
Our new Detroit Lions fan, Mr. Chime Time.
I'll look past that for your reviews.
My man reviews pretty well. All right, so let's make our picks for this week. Andrew, Casey versus San Fran.
For the Pro Bowl?
Oh, sorry, for next week. I guess we can hold off on the... I mean, we'll go over it again next week. Okay, let's talk about the Pro Bowl for a second. So, I get that football is a high-contact sport, so it's hard to do it in the middle of the season like they do with the NBA and baseball. I don't know about hockey to know what they do. I know it's a pretty fucking contact sport, and they have whatever their equivalent of an all-star game is.
Yeah, so they have an all-star game.
Is it in the middle of the season, though?
I don't know.
I don't know either. None of us know hockey. But the Pro Bowl, I mean, right now I'm watching. They're playing dodgeball, which it's cute, but like no one cares, right? Like we have it on because it's just on in the background. Like I'm not gonna go home and watch the Pro Bowl.
Well, it was Amon Ra and CeeDee Lamb are in there. This is cool, but
I don't know. It's just
you also
to me,
don't
it's not exciting.
What do you want these guys getting fucking dressed in full pads and playing tackle football in the offseason and chancing hurting themselves?
Do this in the middle of the season.
Why?
I don't know, man.
You're gonna convince players in the middle of the season to take a week off in the middle because you're gonna take a whole week off in the middle of the season to do this. It makes more sense to do it right before the Super Bowl because it gives them that week break. They have that week break in between. It's just something to go on in between. I mean, dodgeball is pretty interesting.
And it's for the guys that aren't in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
the guys that are in the Super Bowl are going to be getting all the attention next week with Media Day. Not to mention, the other leagues also have over fucking 60 games. So they have all the time to do that. The NFL is only a 17-week regular or 18-week regular season and a couple weeks of playoffs. Like, it'd be really hard to do it mid-season. Plus, again, if something happened and somebody accidentally got hurt during the Pro Bowl and missed the regular season, they're gonna feel like one of the biggest fucking clowns.
All right, you know what? You're right. I don't know. I don't get excited for the Pro Bowl.
The Pro Bowl is silly.
I don't get excited for the Pro Bowl.
Before that,
you guys are right. We can't move it. I agree with everything you said, and I've had those thoughts. I want a reason to be excited for the All-Star game, and the reason we don't call it an All-Star game, right? Because I guess they're All-Stars. I don't know.
Pro Bowlers.
They're all Pro Bowlers.
They are, and I don't know how that works anymore. I assume you still get to vote, but
yeah, it's all voting.
Yeah. Plus, it's a Peyton Manning coach team versus a Jan Manning coach team, and it's a flag football game.
That's the most exciting part of this.
I mean, I'm not excited about it. I'm probably not even going to watch it. I'll watch the highlights when it's
just something to have on.
Like, I get it.
And we've seen in the past when they played the flag football, like a couple years ago, it was like Sauce Gardner laid the fuck out of Tyreek Hill.
The flag football is cool, like especially because it's going to be an Olympic sport, and we can see some of these guys go to the Olympics. That'll be interesting.
Dog, I'm so excited to watch our fucking players just burn everyone else in the fucking world. Like, come on, you can't expect that to be too exciting for the U.S.
I think that'll be super fucking funny.
We're gonna watch Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, and CeeDee Lamb torch everyone.
Hey man,
and defensive backs. Who the fuck is catching passes over Trayvon Diggs, fucking
Sauce Gardner?
Bro.
I agree, except, we get all high and stuff about basketball, and then we've watched...
Yeah, but a lot of the stars have backed out of playing USA, except for this year, apparently.
Wait, because other countries start talking shit. Yeah. They're bring them back, and now the big names are coming out, and then they're going to shit on them.
Watch, it's going to be fucking 40-point blowouts again. Like, they're talking shit like... They forgot what we used to do to them when we had LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade all on the same team. Just Kobe Bryant just burning them.
Yeah, but this Olympics before that, because I watched the fucking
Redeem Team,
Team thing or special on Netflix, was that they got cocky and then they got shit on.
Yeah, and then
they brought in Kobe Bean Bryant.
Watch what happens this
Whip
time.
That team into shape.
Watch what happens this time around when they got LeBron James at 48. And coming back down the dude, and LeBron James is still unstoppable. Like, the dude is fucking timeless for some reason, and I mean, I'm excited to watch the NBA.
Oh yeah,
Or the NBA players go back into.
I'm excited to watch it. I'm just saying. That's how I feel about going to watch or about watching flag football. I do want to see what other countries can put up flag football. The reason I'm saying that, though, is other countries, I'm pretty sure they actually do flag football like regularly, because there are different rules in flag football versus regular football that I'm sure our players are more than capable of figuring out, but they don't practice.
Can't tackle.
Yeah, but these are all players that are running like 4.7 40s and up.
Sure. But
even
so
at 300 pounds.
There's no linemen though, right? So like you basically get like, assuming it's like normal flag football rules that they use in different leagues, you get like 5 seconds, and then you're allowed to rush the quarterback.
Yeah.
And then it's 1 to 2 people rushing the quarterback, and the quarterback's back there by themselves. So there's no blockers.
Yeah, and you know who the quarterbacks are probably going to be? Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, people that can just run away. That are just gone.
You
don't even have to get Patrick Mahomes. You don't even have to get Josh Allen
to watch it.
Just throw Lamar Jackson, Tua, and Justin Fields back there.
Justin Fields.
And watch the arcade games happen.
So I'm intrigued to watch it, and having said that, maybe I will put the Pro Bowl on and see what it looks like. All right.
I mean, I might watch it if there's nothing on. But...
I mean, I'll be up north, so
you're gonna be near TV.
The snow's gonna be shit up in
up
northern Michigan, so it's not gonna. I'm definitely gonna watch something.
Yeah.
Just drink myself to. I don't know. Forget about work.
Everything okay at home, bud?
Just work is rough. Anyways, not what we're here to talk about. So.
Are we? So we'll do picks next week then.
Yeah.
Put picks
I guess
Super Bowl next
week. Leave them in suspense, even though it's pretty obvious who everyone's picking.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll throw it out there. I'm picking San Fran. Maybe something will happen between next week, and Andrew will change his mind to not pick KC.
I want to see Taylor Swift, his boyfriend, win a Super Bowl.
I'm for sure picking KC.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah, 100%. We'll talk about it.
All right.
They just lost to the Niners, bro. So subject.
No, that's not even. That's literally not even why. I just.
You want to see Taylor and Travis be happy?
Literally, just don't give a shit about that. I care less about that than anything else.
You want to propose?
Actually, that would be a reason why I would pick the 49ers, because I would rather hear Taylor Swift bitch about life again. It sounds like so much fun.
Bitter. Super bitter.
How is that bitter? I'm
bitter.
so tired of hearing about it.
Just bitter.
About Taylor Swift or about?
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. I guess I don't.
I mean, it's not something I care about enough to
I'm
say
not a person...
I hate the Chiefs because like all these idiots that want to see the Chiefs lose because Taylor Swift. I don't care about that at all.
I know I've heard about people that like whenever they pan to her in like commercials or like in the middle of like the game, like they freak out about it. Like first of all, they pan to boxes and to like GM stuff all the time. Like to me, that's not like who cares who they're panning to? It's between plays. They're not like cutting the plays out. Like you're not missing the. I don't know.
I'm only joking about the Taylor Swift.
Some people do get up in arms about it, and I think it's really silly. Like
it's just not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a no.
It's enough to bring more. They're bringing more fans into the NFL. The NFL is making money. Like they're a business. I get why they're doing it.
Not to mention the Super Bowl being in Vegas this year is fucking. The prices for the Super Bowl are like so on average average price tickets for the Super Bowl is usually like between $3,000 and $7,000. This year the cheapest average is $9,000.
This is just crazy.
Yeah,
it's less. It's not even a sporting event anymore. It's just a world event.
Yeah, people like.
The NFL to come out and tell their players they couldn't go on any sports books or casinos when they're out there. They fucking knew what this whole Vegas trip was about to be about.
You can't even do it in the off season.
It's not up. Well, no, the players that are playing in the.
The players are playing. I get it, but I'm just saying, other teams like I'll be better on that shit.
Don't put the fucking Super Bowl in Vegas if you don't want your players to go to casinos.
I mean,
that's
put a team
silly.
in Vegas if you don't want your players to go to casinos and apparently drink too much and do silly things.
Silly. No,
strippers and blow.
Well, also driving drunk and killing people.
Yeah.
Fucking don't put your teams in. Don't put a team in Las.
It's called Sin City.
It's literally the dumbest place to put a fucking sports team.
It's all money, right?
It is all money.
It's all money.
Yeah, there's going to be a basketball team there eventually, too.
And the baseball. They're moving the athletics there.
Yeah, and the athletics.
What the? They put him in a dome? What the fuck?
They're putting everything in Vegas.
Are they putting them in a dome?
No, I don't. They're building a different stadium for the.
They're going to have them playing outside.
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Yeah.
The Athletics.
Any team.
Yeah,
It's hot in Vegas all the time.
it's also hot in Arizona.
I'm about to say they're
You're
coming
right,
from
yeah.
Arizona.
So Arizona's hot. California's hot too sometimes.
California's hot as fuck, especially in Oakland.
I think Vegas gets a dry, super. I don't know. I don't.
Either way,
Yeah.
the point is,
Guess night games, all night
stop
games.
putting. If you're gonna promote gambling, maybe don't put a team from a sport that you banned a player from being in your Hall of Fame for gambling.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I don't.
Oh, baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the logic of we don't want our players gambling, but we want to put our teams in a city that is known exclusively for gambling.
It's true. Can't you go? I can be wrong, so I want to say I heard this. Can't you place bets at some NFL stadiums? Like I want to say like in Atlanta.
They have
Probably that.
they have boosts there, or like yeah.
Yeah, so like that whole thing still is weird to me though. Like
It's
you can't bet
Like, I get why they can't bet on their own sports. They shouldn't.
on their own sports.
Yeah.
To me, you just don't bet on anything that you're a part, like you're specifically
Yeah,
involved
but
in.
if you're not allowed to go to the casino because it's sport, like
Oh, like they're not allowed to play cards or slots or anything either.
they don't want them to go gamble at all.
They said they can't set foot in a sports book, and I think they're going to be really strict about them going to casinos in general.
How the fuck are you stop someone going for a casino?
Exactly.
In Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I missed that part. I thought there's the sportsbook thing I got. Like that's fine.
There's still other sports.
That's true. I guess, but they're not allowed to. How are you regulating that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Is like it seems if you're gonna get in bed with gambling, stop creating the double standard for your players.
They worried about them fucking the script up.
That's the NFL. That's the NFL. It's just how it works. But either way, yeah, I'm taking Kansas City this week. Well, next week.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Thankfully, because I cashed out those other bets, I have like a fair amount in the gambling account. We're putting money on a lot of props. We're betting everything. Everything.
Who's scoring the first touchdown?
Everything, huh?
Who's scoring the first touchdown?
That's
Isaiah-
child's play for what we're doing
Isaiah
this week.
Pacheco.
That's
Can't
child's play. Coin toss. Gatorade color. Length of national anthem. Killer Taylor Swift shirt. Fucking Andy Reid.
And we'll do it live on the podcast.
Yeah, I'll think about
Actually,
it.
we should go through the parlays next week and go
Yeah,
through
let's-
them.
The
That'll be
props. We
fun.
can go
The
through
props,
we can
yeah.
go through the props, yeah. I'll write down. There's a bunch of good ones.
All right. Well,
The fun ones sound fun. Like those are all
Yeah,
interesting. All
that's why I love those ones.
did you hear about the walnut at the cashew party?